Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive day. I hope y'all had a great night overall. I'm back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I want to apologize for coming on the stream a little bit late. I am coming down with a cold as of right now. You feel what I'm saying? So I just wanted to get a little bit of rest before I came on here. You feel what I'm saying? So my apologies for that. But we definitely got some things that we currently need to discuss going on in the boxing world, specifically Iron Mike Tyson slapping the dog shit out of Jake Paul. We definitely got some things that we need to discuss, people. Shout out to everybody that's in the building so far, man. Hit the like button as soon as y'all come in so we can get the algorithm on the up. Shout out to the couple people that's already in the chat, man. Shout out to the boy Coffee Plant. He said, nah, you a petty motherfucker boy with the thumbnail. Hey, man, that shit was the highlight of my day. Besides, getting my son and, spending time with him, it's always a beautiful thing. You feel what I'm saying? But watching Jake Paul get the shit slapped out of him after I made a whole post yesterday talking about how Jake Paul need this shit slapped out of him. It was like God answered my prayer. You feel what I'm saying? It felt like it felt like instant. Have you ever seen instant karma unfold? It's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Especially when the motherfucker is deserving of it. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to the boy Thomas Wright. He said, "Why, Mark? Why?" I don't know, man. You gotta ask God that question. You gotta ask Mike that question. Apparently, Jake Paul stepped on that nigga big toe. He wasn't feeling that. You know what I'm saying? So he went ahead and slapped the dog shit out of Jake Paul. This nigga head made a whole 90-degree angle. Straight fucking yo. With COVID, when you couldn't taste shit, that's gonna be Jake Paul for like the next 4 days. You feel what I'm saying? That's a bad job. Boy, Thomas Ray said, dude, Mark fell asleep. He felt that slap from Philly shit put him to sleep. That's fucking hilarious. Slapping a nigga and another nigga go to sleep, that's devastating. That's devastating. Oh man. Yo, listen, man. I was upset yesterday. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I was real upset with how the way Jake Paul was talking to these fighters. And I was gonna speak about it last night, but then that's when I started to feel sick and all that. So I was like, you know what, man, let me just take a rest day and put out some videos and go live tomorrow, which is exactly what I did. But regardless, I was very, very upset, in all honesty, that nobody really stood up for themselves while Jake Paul was talking crazy to him. I understand he's promoting the fight. I understand that, he's trying to get some attention put on the fight and shit like that. But, I'm not a real big fan of disrespect, regardless of what the intention is. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that shit is just unacceptable all around the board. And I told y'all, if y'all follow my social media, I was like, bro, that would have been me. I'd have lost my mind on that stage. Did y'all see how the way that he called Mario Barrios bitch made to his face, bro? The WBC welterweight champion of the world didn't want to make a bet with Jake Paul. You know what I mean? Because not everybody gamble. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a big gambler myself, but like, you call that man bitch made, and he probably got his family over there watching. Probably got his kids over there. So it's like you questioning that man manhood in front of his family. You lucky that Mario Barrios ain't somebody that's you lucky he a passive person, because you might have had trouble with him, you know what I'm saying, outside of the fight. I know you would have had a problem with me. Now, what would have happened, after that, that's up for discussion. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of them dudes that, be acting like I can't be fucked with and all that. But one thing for sure, you would have got slapped, just like how the way Mike slapped you. I don't know if it would have been as devastating, but I'd have slapped the dog shit out you. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, whatever would have happened after that would have happened. But most likely you weren't that done shit, because I seen you there get slapped and punched on twice outside the ring, and you did nothing about it. I seen Floyd Mayweather and his bodyguards fuck you up. You was talking about pressing charges. Now Mike slapped the dog shit out you, and then you was low-key embarrassed, but you try to play it off for the crowd like you got in Mike head, or you won some type of, psychological game or something. You know what I'm saying? Then, he walks over to Shushu and he tries to shit on Bruce Carrington. You know what I'm saying? One of the up and coming contenders right now that the hardcore boxing fans really rocking with. You know what I mean? He says that he said some goofy shit to Bruce, and Bruce like he didn't react at all. I'm like, bro, y'all just taking because y'all fighting on this nigga undercard. Y'all feel like y'all got to take disrespect from this man, bro. Like on some real shit, bro. I would have snapped the fuck out. And y'all can say I'm sensitive, all that shit, bro. I know me as a person. He would have said that shit to me at that press conference, talking crazy to me. I either would have cursed him the fuck out or I'd have went the fuck off. He'd have called me bitch made, bro. I'd have snapped, bro. He would have had to worry more about Mike, bro. I'm telling you. He would have had to worry more than just Mike. And I'd have gave him the fucking publicity he was looking for on some real shit. Shout out to the 20 people that's in the building, man. I'm sure y'all got your post notifications. I appreciate you guys coming through and showing love. If you guys can hit the like button on the way, and that'd be very much appreciated, man. Let's get the algorithm on the up. We on a mission right now, people. We looking to hit that 2,400 mark before the year is up, man. So let's get it popping. You feel what I'm saying? We only 2 subscribers away from getting 2,360 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? And just 40 more from there, we'll hit that 2,400 mark. You feel what I'm saying? So let's get it, man. Let's get the people knowing on who Mazuma TV is. We can't be stopped. We can't be denied, nation. Let's fucking go. You feel what I'm saying? In a little bit, I'm about to pull up the video and give you guys my reaction to the slap, man. I'm going to do a motherfucking breakdown on the slap that sent Jake Paul to an alternate universe. You feel what I'm saying? Why Shushu stay quiet? I don't fucking know, bro. I have no idea. Like, you can't be talking about, you can't be comparing yourself to Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? You talking about this Brownsville shit, Brownsville never scared and all this crazy shit. And then you just let this little fucking white boy disrespect you in front of your fan base, in front of your family, in front of your girl. Fuck all that, my nigga. I got a reputation, and we just going. It's gonna be a motherfucking gangster party. You talk crazy to me. Ain't no way I'm gonna be sitting on that stage with my girl watching in the crowd, or you know what I'm saying, like my son watching in the crowd, my father, whoever the fuck. Then this nigga gonna be talking crazy to me. Shit. Fuck all that. I appreciate you putting me on, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be tolerating no disrespect because you put me on. That ain't the type of exchange I'm looking for. You feel what I'm saying? Niggas bugging the fuck out. I don't know what type of time these niggas on. But shout out to Mike Tyson for doing what he needed to do, bro. I don't know. Listen, there's a lot of people that's under the assumption that this shit is gonna be choreographed. There's a lot of people that feel like, this fight is you know what I'm saying, fake. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that we know for certain was that smack was not fake. I don't know. Like, Mike Tyson got a history with acting. He done been in movies and shit like that. But I tell you this. Mike looked genuinely angry. Like, he looked like he was really pissed off. You feel what I'm saying? Now, it could be great acting. You know what I mean? That's definitely a possibility. But what I'm telling you is, at this point in time, bro, they selling that shit really fucking well, because I'm convinced. You feel what I'm saying? I'm fucking convinced. You see what I'm saying? So, obviously I was going to watch the fight anyway, just because I'm intrigued on how, this fight is going to unfold. Is Mike Tyson going to, be able to stand up to Jake Paul's punches? Is he not going to be able to? Is he going to put on a good performance? Is his age going to show? It's really interesting on how this fight is going to unfold. I've been one of the people, in all honesty, that have been, highly critical of this fight. When this fight first got announced, I was extremely against it. Everybody else pretty much told me to shut the fuck up and be quiet. And they ain't tell me that exactly, but they pretty much were saying that I was concerned for no reason. And, this version of Mike Tyson could still beat Jake Paul. And, it's Mike Tyson. Like, he's some fucking sort of superhero. You know what I mean? Completely ignoring the fact that he's 58 years old. Completely ignoring the fact that this man had to walk around with a cane, and he got some back problems. He got sciatica. Had to pull out of the fight momentarily because he caught stomach ulcers. This man is showing you, each and every way. He's showing you several examples as to why he should no longer be in the ring. But you know what I mean? There's a lot of people that, you know what I mean, that's pretty much eating out of Jake Paul's hands. Jake Paul wants you to believe that Mike Tyson should be in a boxing ring. That's why when he's doing these, you know, MVP episodes on his YouTube channel, you know, his promotional company, they spicing up Mike Tyson. You feel what I'm saying? They beefing him up. So when they possibly slaughter him, you know what I mean, they could get the credit behind it. But this is the thing. Jake Paul is fucked either way. Like, obviously, he's getting a good payday. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people going to be tuned in. It's going to be a successful event. As far as I'm concerned, they said there's going to be 65,000 people at the Cowboy Stadium, right? So, you know, financially, it's going to be a success. However, if his whole objective is to be respected in the sport, you know what I mean, to, you know, get this Canelo fight that he's been trying to manifest for the past couple of years, this ain't it. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like this is going to affect Jake Paul's reputation negatively regardless of what happens. Because think about it, y'all. If he loses, he lost to a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, somebody that's double his age. So they really going to look at him like he a crumb if they already don't think that. If he beats Mike Tyson, you beat a 58-year-old Mike Tyson. You feel what I'm saying? And especially if you knock out Mike Tyson in like crazy fashion and shit like that, the boxing world is going to be mad at you, man, because Mike is one of very few icons that we have in the sport. And, you know, the respect level for Mike Tyson is on a completely different planet. So if you were to possibly hurt this man, you know, concuss him or whatever the case is, you're going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. And, you know, that could translate the dollar signs. You know, we seen fighters take the, you know, the villain approach and, you know, was able to maximize their dollars off of that. Like we seen Floyd do it and shit like that. When a lot of the time Floyd made a lot of money because people paid to see him lose. So, you know, that might work out. However, you know, you won't be a very liked person in the sport of boxing. I don't really think that Jake Paul really cares to be liked, though. You feel what I'm saying? So I just really think that in terms of like public opinion and things of that nature, this is a lose-lose for Jake. I feel like the only way he really benefits is financially. You feel what I mean? And it's just crazy how Jake Paul, it just goes to show how corrupt, you know, the sport of boxing is, how, you know, you don't really have to do much to get up to a high level. And it's not really about being the most skilled or the most talented fighter or the hardest worker, anything like that. It's all about opportunity and knowing who you know. So Jake Paul came into this game with millions of dollars, you know, through the YouTube shit, through the Disney Channel, you know what I'm saying? Good business moves that he's made. He came into the business with money. So the man only had one amateur fight, from what I understand, turned pro. And we never really seen anything like it. You know, he started off fighting a basketball player. Then went on a war path of destroying retired MMA fighters. You know, guys who were natural wrestlers like Ben Askren, and then, you know, then you fought some strikers, but they were well up in age, like Anderson Silva. You know what I'm saying? And then you went down this path where you were fighting like, you know, real professional fighters, but they had blown up records and were essentially, you know, nobodies. You feel what I'm saying? Just overhyped, overrated guys that, you know, they'll take the loophole like, oh, this guy, you know, he's 16-1 or he's 20-2, and, you know, oh, this is a real fighter, and, you know, y'all guys want me to fight a real fighter, so now I'm gonna fight a real fighter. You know what I'm saying? They'll use little crafty angles like that to try to silence their critics, but, you know, the real boxing fans already know what time it is. Just because you got a good record don't mean that you know, an amazing fighter. You know, we know a lot of, and I told you guys, there is such thing as an undefeated bum. You feel what I'm saying? Just like how there's fucking monsters in boxing that may be 8-7. You know what I'm saying? But them 7 niggas they lost to is all monsters. You know, like these things do happen in the sport of boxing, and, you know, Jake Paul has cleverly, you know, guided his, you know, career to be in a position where all of a sudden he's fighting an old legend and Mike Tyson. And it's pretty much milking the game without really doing what other boxers had to do in order to, become that star. And that just goes to show how, corrupt the sport of boxing is. My fault, y'all. This little cold or whatever I got, my son got me sick, man. This shit kicking my ass. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Let's get the likes up. Let me check where the likes is at right now, people. Come on, man. Let me see. Let me see what the likes is hitting for. Let me see what the likes is hitting for. We only got 10 likes. Come on, man. Come on, man. We disrespectful with the likes, dog. We definitely disrespectful for the likes. Agent 007, what up? Jake Cash, what up? Tay, what up? Ralph, what up? He said that one white bald dude Jake had fought was literally an Uber driver. Someone leaked his Uber profile. I remember that. But, there's a lot of good fighters that's on the come up that, need to have little side jobs in order to make ends meet because, they don't get paid that much. Like, we got some really talented professional fighters, at our gym that have jobs. Like, one of our guys, he's a mailman. You feel what I'm saying? We got another one who does Uber Eats and, shit like that. So whenever people be like, oh, you fought an Uber driver. Oh, well, there's some really talented fighters out here that don't get taken care of by like big time managers and promoters, and they got families, so they got to eat. You feel what I'm saying? So, I don't really like taking that approach. You feel what I mean? But he probably was just trying to get to some extra bread. But when you look at dude's record, he wasn't no fucking world beater or anything like that. You feel what I'm saying? So, but Jake Paul, him and his team, they're masters at making people look a certain way. You know what I mean? In comparison to what they really are. For example, with Anderson Silva, they were talking about how he was one of the greatest strikers of all time. And you know what I'm saying? Oh, he has he has professional fights. And, I actually met him when I was a kid. And, like they try to use like interesting little things to make like a good backstory. But at the end of the day, Anderson Silva, is he one of the greatest strikers of all time? Yes, but not in boxing. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the greatest strikers ever in a completely different martial arts, in mixed martial arts. You know what I'm saying? But they word it in a way where you can't necessarily say they wrong. What was another one? Mike Perry. He just beat the shit out of Mike Perry, as a quick little tune-up fight. He was saying how he's a fucking champion and bare knuckle, and this guy doesn't know when to he doesn't know how to quit, and he's tough and he's gritty. It was like, bro, Mike Perry, a bare knuckle, bro, and Mike Perry in a boxing ring, two totally different things. You feel what I'm saying? Coffee player said nothing wrong with having a job. Yeah, but a lot of the casuals and boxing fans in general, they'll shit on boxers for having jobs outside of boxing. Like boxing's not very profitable unless you like on contender / world championship level. I'm gonna just keep it 1,000. Like that's just the reality. When you a low level fighter prospect coming up, you're not really making enough money where you could take care of you, your family, your kids. That shit not happening, bro. That money gone before. That money most likely gone before you even get the, cash it out. I've seen fighters on the come up be like 10, 15 fights in their career, and the most that I've ever seen them walk away with, like one of the highest paydays that I've ever seen for like low level fighters that's, that got double digit fights, like 10 to 15 fights was like 5,000. Now 5,000 is all right money, but and you got to pay your trainer, your manager, your cut man, and whatever the fuck it is, bro. Obviously you gotta pay taxes, I believe, on that little bit of money or whatever the case is. you don't really walk away with much, bro. You really don't walk away with much. Yeah, bro. Real main event is Serrano versus Taylor. Absolutely. You know what a lot of people not really talking about, in all honesty, is how, Amanda Serrano is moving up 3 weight classes for this. She was undisputed champion. I'm not gonna say they gonna walk away with 200. They probably gonna leave with like more or less a stack though. You feel what I'm saying? You probably walk away with probably a little over a stack. But she's moving up 3 weight classes, y'all. She was undisputed champion at 126 pounds. So she's 30, 35. Then she's seeing Katie Taylor at 140 pounds. She weighed 137 pounds. So that lets you know that Amanda Serrano, she not no real 140. And what really been carrying her in these higher weight divisions has been the significant pressure that she puts on fighters and her high value with her punching power as well. You feel what I mean? So that just goes to show how talented and how special of a fighter, Amanda Serrano is. She really don't got no room to be at 140 pounds. Her best weight, in all honesty, is 126. But, the fact that she almost stopped Katie Taylor in the first fight when she didn't have no business being at that weight class is pretty impressive to me. You feel what I'm saying? Even was calling for Katie Taylor to do 3-minute rounds just like the men do in a 12-round bout. But, for some reason, Katie Taylor and her team felt like it was in best interest if they just kept it in the female lane where they only do 10 rounds, 2 minutes. You feel what I mean? And, I feel like they did that strategically where they did that strategically because, for one, that's probably what they was training for this entire time, and they don't want to move outside of it. But it allows them to, not give Amanda Serrano that much time to work. You feel what I mean? I was reading an article earlier today that said that Mike Tyson specifically requested that these rounds with Jake Paul will be for only 2 minutes. And I was thinking about it, and I'm like, yeah, Mike is older. His conditioning might not be the same that it was in his early days. So he's probably asking for 2-minute rounds because, he could be able to fire for a longer amount of time. And by the time he might show some type of fatigue, he'll be able to get back to his corner and get that minute rest. You feel what I'm saying? So, if they're doing 2-minute rounds, it's being done strategically to benefit whoever's requesting it. You feel what I'm saying? That's just my personal opinion. If you're Jake, what's the keys to victory? If I'm Jake, my keys to victory, first of all, I'm keeping Mike Tyson behind a sharp jab. You feel what I'm saying? I'm keeping him behind a sharp jab, and I'm not allowing Mike Tyson to close the gap at all. Jake Paul has to be comfortable jabbing backwards throughout the entire course of this 8-round fight. You feel what I'm saying? You're going to have to be, as soon as you take that step back, you need to be firing a jab. Mike Tyson going to be giving you some upper body movement. So, you have to be able to get a feel from Mike Tyson's timing in terms of head movement and jab in the direction that you believe he's going to be at. So if Mike Tyson is right here, if he's coming over this way, you got to get a feeling for when he's going to slide off to that left side, jab that way, jab that way, jab that way. Because if you jabbing down the center line, Mike Tyson is most likely not going to be there based off of the peekaboo style that he's notorious for having. And, he might come over that long jab and fire out some combinations. And from what I've been hearing, Mike Tyson really been punching on shit. So despite them fighting with 14-ounce gloves, which is also in their rulings, if you punching, especially if you a heavyweight. So I wouldn't want to take those chances. Another thing, if Mike Tyson somehow, some way gets you up against the ropes, you need to tie Mike Tyson up and get the referee involved. Hopefully the referee that Jake Paul chooses, because it is his event, he is choosing the judges, he is choosing the refs. Hopefully it's someone that, is known for not really allowing too much of an inside fight. You feel what I'm saying? Because there's referees that be like, work your way out. You got to work your way out. They won't break it up. And then you got ones like Kenny Bayless, who as soon as y'all get in any sort of clinch, like, yo, stop, break. You feel what I'm saying? If I'm Jake Paul, I'm staying behind a nice jab. You feel what I'm saying? As soon as I would really just be on my jab for the first 2 rounds. You feel what I'm saying? And frustrate Mike. You know, as soon as Mike come in and he try to throw in some bombs, clinch him up real quick, don't allow him to, you know, suffocate his offense, kind of like what Roy Jones did. You know, Roy Jones, he knew that he couldn't, you know, take that type of, you know, punishment or punching power from Mike. So what did he do? He clinched onto him. And that's essentially how he got through the rounds. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would do. And, you know, as Mike Tyson starts to slow down, because he definitely will, you know, especially around the 4th, 5th, 6th round, that's when I would start putting my punches together and really be looking to, hurt Mike Tyson. Because Jake Paul just said it, you know, after he got the dog shit slapped out of him, he was talking about how he going to kill Mike and how this is now personal. And, you know, even prior to that, he's been coming out with statements saying how he's going to knock Mike out. And with the rulings that are going on in this fight, knockouts are allowed, people. So, you know, Jake is definitely going to go for it. Jake don't give a fuck about no Mike Tyson. You know, he sit here and play as if, like, you know, he respect legends in boxing. You know, he act like he respect legends, period. No, bro, he wants to knock them out. Jake don't got a problem hurting anybody. You know, he that type of dude. The problem child. You feel me? So, and you know, Mike not about to play about him. So it's either me or you. He said it was personal, you know, after he got the shit slapped out of him. You know, Ariel was like, I don't know. Ariel had asked him a question. He was like, yeah, it's personal now, blah, blah, blah. And he said he going to kill Mike. You feel what I'm saying? And on some real shit, if anybody slapped the shit out you should consider it personal, because they obviously don't think much of you. And you know, they don't respect you too much. So it's hard for somebody to say that, you know, it's not personal when they did some real disrespectful shit to you. You know, slapping somebody is one of the most disrespectful things you could do besides spit on them. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, no shit. It's personal. No shit. So we'll see. But, yeah, like if I'm Jake, you know, I'm definitely keeping a good jab on him, tying him up, you know, keeping it in the center of the ring for as much as possible. If I'm Mike Tyson, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking to make Jake uncomfortable, because we seen when Jake Paul faces a little bit of resistance, he fatigues. You know what I'm saying? The nigga hair start getting soggy and shit. You know what I'm saying? Hair be all over the place, and you know his mouth is open, and you know he's hunched over and all that shit. Jake Paul don't got the best gas tank, but what's dangerous about Jake Paul is that he's powerful the whole time. So Mike got to stay on his, you know, his peekaboo shit. You know, make Jake Paul uncomfortable with the pressure, and he has to beat him up, man. He has to get him against those ropes, fire off those combinations. Don't stay on the center line too long, because something tells me that Jake Paul is gonna be looking to, you know, shoot in between Mike Tyson's punches, and you're most vulnerable while you punching. So hopefully, you know, Mike Tyson do his traditional peekaboo shit where he boom, 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 then he cut an angle, then he over here, boom, 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 boom. And then when Jake tries to, you know, punch or reset his feet, he creates another angle. You know, it needs to be like that nonstop. But does Mike Tyson have the conditioning necessary to keep that up throughout the course of 8 rounds? There's only 2-minute rounds, people, but 16 minutes is still a lot of time to be boxing at the age of 58 years old. This is what we got to keep, you know, in our mind. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody keep talking like, you know, and I seen Jake Paul come out with that comment talking about it don't matter what phase of Mike Tyson's career he was in, I felt like he would have beat him. Look, that's Jake Paul just promoting himself. You feel what I'm saying? This is Jake Paul just promoting himself. He's supposed to say something like that. In all honesty, I don't really see how Jake Paul will be promoting himself in a good light if he were saying that, oh, Mike would have beat him, you know, in his 20s, and he's only fighting him because he's in his late 50s. No, not at all. Jake Paul wouldn't say that because that would go against the promotion. Jake Paul's main objective in this promotion is to make Mike Tyson look like that monster that he once was back in the 80s. You got to make the dude look good. Even if you know that he ain't shit, or you know that he washed up, and you know he's no longer his younger self, you still have to promote the fight in a way where they're trying to paint him as this unstoppable, anti-father time ass fighter. You know what I'm saying? To get the people, his goal is also to get the people to believe that Mike is gonna beat him, because he knows that nobody really likes him. He knows that he has this villain role in boxing. He's trying to get all the people that don't believe in him to tune in on Netflix and see if he will get knocked out. And then he'll cash out, walk away with the victory. And you know what I'm saying? It'll be like like what they say, a legal bank robbery. You feel what I'm saying? You say, oh, that weirdo came back. Let me see. Oh, yeah, shout out to Anonymous for smacking him with the wrench. Anonymous ain't saying much, but he in the cut for sure. Shout out to the boy. But yeah, man. Yeah, if I was Jake Paul, that's what I would do. If I was Mike Tyson, I'll make it uncomfortable, make it a close physical fight, and wear him out and beat him up. And if you have, but this is what's concerning about Mike Tyson too, and I've been saying this for a long time. Besides me saying that his punch resistance might not be the same, because his punch resistance deteriorated later on in his career when he got stopped by like McBride and all that. So how am I to believe that somehow, some way his punch resistance came back? You know what I'm saying? 20 years later, I don't know. That shit not really adding up to me. But besides that, what really stands out to me that was concerning was his balance. His legs don't seem to be underneath him how they used to be. Obviously, the boy is about to be 60 years old. But besides that, he smothers himself. Mike Tyson smothers himself and barely gets leverage on his punches. You know what I'm saying? He don't really get no leverage on his punches. So I'm watching him hit the pads, and the pad is right here, and he's throwing a right hand, and he's not getting no leverage on his punch. So if you're this close and you're punching, you're not gonna get the same amount of force or power in comparison to if you catch somebody at the end of a punch. You feel what I'm saying? If you right here, boom, all right, it might still be powerful, but it's not as powerful if you were to catch it right here. You feel what I'm saying? So he might smother himself against Jake Paul, which might allow Jake Paul to tie him up and make the referee reset the fight. And that's probably the type of fight it's going to be until Jake Paul catch him with something. And I recorded a video already, man. I'm gonna put it out tomorrow, and it's gonna be titled, "If Jake Paul knocks out Mike Tyson, who's to blame?" You know what I'm saying? Because you could blame a lot of people. You could blame the commission for approving the fight. You could blame, Jake Paul for, putting the fight together. You could blame Mike for accepting the fight. There's a lot of people you could point fingers at, in all honesty. But, ultimately comes down to the boxing fans for, buying fucking $2 million. What the fuck? They pay like a $2 million package so they could sit right in front of the ring and watch the fight. And, 65,000 people coming out when they initially said that, the fight was struggling to sell tickets. All of a sudden, they packing 65,000 people in the arena. Y'all condoning this nut shit, man. Y'all condoning this nut shit. And y'all so easy to manipulate. This is why boxers nowadays, they can fight whoever the fuck they want and will continue to fight whoever they want and fight everybody except who you really want to see them fight, because they have a way about them. They have a way about promoting themselves and shit where, they could really have you believe some shit that's not true. Like when Tank fought Hector Luis Garcia, like the whole time they were just talking about how he's this hard punching Dominican fighter and he beat Chris Colbert. Oh my God, he upset Chris Colbert. He has the underdog mentality. Can he upset Gervonta Davis? Blah blah blah. And it's like, come on, dog. We know Hector Luis Garcia ain't on no fucking Gervonta Davis level, but they promoted it in a way where they were able to convince Tank's fans and just casual boxing fans in general that this would be a competitive fight. When we knew the whole time, anybody with any type of knowledge or somebody who's able to formulate their own opinion, they knew that it was some BS on the cook-up. You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But I want to look at because this is what was a popular topic right now. I also put out 2 videos today, man. Go check it out. I talked about Teofimo Lopez avoided Devin Haney again while simultaneously clout chasing Sam Crawford. Go check that video out. And then I also put out a video saying how, Gervonta Davis's fight might get pushed back to March. And should he eliminate Lamont Roach as an opponent overall with the abundant amount of time that is left? Should he reevaluate his opponent? Should he be looking in different directions? Why would we wait all these months down the line just to still get Lamont Roach when we could possibly get somebody more competitive? We could get an even better fight. Like, should Lamont Roach be removed from the 6 to 7 fight deal? Go check out them videos and let me know what y'all think. Is Edwin doing anything right now? Not that I know of. I think he waiting for PBC to wake up. I don't know what's going on right now. PBC got a lot of weird shit going on. And I don't know if Edwin De Los Santos has an opponent or a date. So I put out 2 videos today, man. Go check it out. But let's pull up this video of Mike slapping the dog shit out of Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? I'd already watched that shit like 20,000 times in the little bit of time that it's been out. But fuck it. Let's see. Shout out to ESPN. That fucking picture is hilarious, bro. Mike Tyson the fucking thumbnails behind these videos are hilarious. What's going on? You said Thomas Wright, what's going on? You said, yo, what the fuck? What's going on? What you talking about, Thomas? While Jake stood there acting like he played it off. What I've learned about Jake Paul is he just like a lot of these other dudes where it's like he only about to smoke in a controlled setting. You feel what I'm saying? He don't got a fighter's instinct in his body outside of the ring. I knew that back when, Floyd and his team was jumping in with, you know what I'm saying? He didn't even attempt to fight back. He shelled up and, then he plays it off afterwards to, to try to neutralize the embarrassment. Well, Mike Tyson, he pretty much froze up like Chris Rock did, bro. You know what I'm saying? When Will Smith slapped him, pow! Chris Rock, you could tell that he's not about that life or, about fighting in general because he literally froze up and was like, wow. Like he didn't know how to respond in that situation. He froze up. When Mike slapped Jake, not a single person from Jake's team reacted, for one. 2, he literally had nothing in him, not even a reflex in his body triggered him to fight back. He didn't even take a step forward after he had gotten slapped. So, for Jake to talk this greasy, you know what I'm saying? To talk so crazy to people as if he's this fucking big tough guy and shit like that, and then for him to get slapped and not even attempt to do anything, it lets me know everything that needs to be known about Jake. Just typical bully mentality. I'm sure y'all done grew up around bullies who was big and bad, and if you let them, they'll beat your ass type shit. But once you step to them and you give them a little bit of resistance, they looking for a way out. They uncomfortable. They ain't not accustomed to, somebody contesting them. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the type of shit that Jake Paul be on. You feel what I'm saying? Like in a controlled setting, he'll do something to you, but when it's time to be a man and really stand on principles, he know where to be found. You feel what I'm saying? And that just letting me know that he a bitch for real. You know what I'm saying? That's just let's say Jake, stepped the mic, swung on him, missed, whatever. I would have respected that more because it's like, oh, all right, Jake not, he ain't no hoe. You know what I'm saying? But when you get hit and then you know what I'm saying, you just sit there with your hands in your pocket, it's like, oh, all right, you got some hoe in your blood. You feel me? But let's I know there's some people that don't really care about this, but this is a hot topic, and it's in the boxing world, so I'm gonna speak about it. You feel what I'm saying? Let's check out this video. ESPN had put it up. I just find it funny how like ESPN picks and chooses when they want to talk about boxing and shit like that. It really irritates me, honestly. And I've been hearing that ESPN is thinking about dropping boxing. Meanwhile, whenever boxing has like a popular moment, here go y'all fake ass sports network acting like y'all support the sport when y'all just opportunists at the end of the day. You feel what I'm saying? I fucking hate when, people try to come around boxing and act like they fuck with boxing when the whole time y'all only do it when it's beneficial for y'all. But anyways, like I even see them like promoting LeBron's son more than they, the actual, basketball players who had to work where they were and, actually way greater talents. They can't get a fucking headline on ESPN. But here come LeBron's son. Oh, he makes a mid-range jumper in the G League. And oh my fucking God, Bronny Jr., he's so promising. It's like, this shit a joke. But anyways, let's check out this reaction right here. Let me see something real quick. All right, bet. Nice.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that shit was fast, cuz. I ain't gonna lie, and I got some pretty good reflexes. I don't know if I'd have seen that shit coming. But Mike ain't wind it up or nothing. He just slapped his ass. Pat.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Look, not a single reaction out of Jake. Notice how his feet he was planted. That nigga feet did not move. Like what the fuck is Jake doing? Like he for him to talk so much shit about oh, I'm sorry, the video lagging. All right, my fault. All right, I'm gonna have to just give it off of my phone then. My fault, y'all. It's showing that the signal's perfectly fine here, but it'd be some bullshit sometimes. That's why I don't even like to stream videos. Like articles and shit I could stream, but videos always gives me a problem. But that's StreamYard for y'all, man. This is what they want to charge almost $50 a month for bullshit quality like this. So my apologies for that. Let me actually pull it up on my phone since my video is not lagging. Let's actually pull it up on my phone. And let's just go over this. Because like I said, this slap from Mike Tyson was pretty fucking fast. And like I said, Jake Paul, he has an originality problem. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like Jake Paul would be a lot more likable character in the sport if he actually had his own swag. And that was something that Tyron Woodley brought up like in they face-offs. He was like, yo, like you dicky off my culture heavy, like, I'm black, I am the culture. You know what I'm saying? You dick ride off of everybody else's waves. And Jake Paul, he really be wearing the iced out jewelry like as if he's some type of rapper. You know what I'm saying? We already know who culture that is. We ain't even got to get too much into it. Dickieing off Conor McGregor wave. He like screaming at the weigh-ins and, screaming in the fighters' faces. Like he sees other people, he perceives it as cool, and then he mimics them as if, and I see why they call him the problem child, because he's very easily influenced. And, they say that children are great mimickers. You know what I'm saying? They love mimicking like their parents or whoever the fuck they look up to at the time. Jake Paul is one of them type dudes. Now you crawling up the niggas like you John Jones. You know what I'm saying? Like, when John Jones crawled up the Rampage and then took him down. It's like, bro, what the fuck is you doing? Like, what inspired you to do that? You see what I'm saying? And the whole time you thinking you smooth with the crawling up. You step on Mike Tyson, old ass big toe. He probably done got some motherfucking arthritis in his big toe or something. You done you probably done hurt this nigga big toe and shit. And then he had to proceed to slap the dog shit out you because you don't know how close you was. You know what I'm saying? Like you dumb as hell, bro. Shout out to the 37 people that's in the building, man. Let me check the likes real quick before I go on to this video.
Dumb as hell,
let me see what the likes is at. Let me see what they're like. 17 likes with 37 people in the building, bro. Come on, man. We gotta stop this, bro. This shit disrespectful. This shit disrespectful. The likes is free, my brother. Come on, man. Let's get them up. If you want to continue these conversations, we got to get them up. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason why we ain't got no likes, dog. There's no reason why we ain't got no likes. A lot of y'all just be watching and don't support the channel. Y'all gonna be on that type time. Y'all need to get the fuck out on some real shit. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Kevin House said, hit that like button. Thank you, my brother. Gates of Praise. I think that's a new channel. I never heard of that. Said Jake Paul doesn't understand Tyson's mentality. Things you just don't know. Some things you just don't do. Yeah, absolutely. And look, man, like I said, there's a lot of people who think this shit is staged, choreographed, whatever. But something just tells me that Mike not really playing with dude, bro. I think that Mike is seriously locked in, bro. Like, he's treating this like a real fight. He's really got the fighter's mentality right now. It's like some shit you just can't act. You feel what I'm saying? And he's during that weigh-in, he's extremely serious. You know, remember that first face-off where he pushed Jake and he was all laughing? Like, that was staged. You feel what I'm saying? But the transition from those early face-offs till now, Mike is dialed in, bro. Mike is dialed in. Like, I know when a nigga playing. I know when they not serious. You know, I've been in boxing long enough to understand, you know, body language and, you know, how serious people are or if they're not there to fuck around. Mike not playing with this nigga, man. Now, what happens in the fight might be totally different. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have a certain mentality, but if your body not cooperating with it, you know what I mean? How good is the mentality really? You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. So, I'm looking at this video right now. I didn't even see until MVP posted a different angle of the slap. And, you know, he definitely stepped on Mike's foot, and that's probably what triggered him. But prior to that, I was pretty fucking confused. Like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, why the fuck he just slapped the dog shit out of Jake Paul like that? Like, what even triggered that? Was it because he crawled up? I highly doubt that was what it was. But, you know, regardless, like, to get slapped by a 58-year-old nigga in Speedos is nuts. You feel what I'm saying? I seen a nigga weigh in. This nigga grab his dick in the middle of the stage. I'm like, yo, this nigga Mike really, like, this nigga really unhinged. Like, what's wrong with this nigga? Nigga grabbing his shit in front of thousands of people. He do an interview with the kid, and he talking about, what the fuck is legacy, man? Fuck legacy, man. I'm gonna be fucking dead soon. Legacy don't fucking matter. And the little girl sitting there like, I guess that's true. What the fuck wrong with Mike? This nigga Mike in a totally different zone, bro. I feel like Mike ain't been taking his ashwagandha. He definitely ain't been. I feel like that motherfucker been hella sober, bro. Like what's wrong with this nigga? Like, man, fuck legacy, man. You know, I never believed in legacy. Legacy is just ego. I hate my ego, man. I hate life. Fuck life. What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with this nigga? Like, yo, the little girl just sitting there, she like, I never heard that before. Yeah, man, I don't really give a fuck about legacy, man. What does legacy do for me? It does nothing. Jesse Silva said, Assalamu alaikum. I'm not Muslim, but salute. I know Mike Tyson Muslim, salute. And you know, I seen that post that Jake Paul put up and shit, man, where like now he's trying to make it a religious thing. And it's like, Jake, cut it the fuck out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because Mike said something about like he was referring to himself as the devil. You know what I mean? Not in a literal sense, but like in a, you know, figurative sense. And, you know, Jake Paul took that angle and tried to make it seem like, oh, I'm not the devil. You know, I got God on my side. And it was like, Jake, shut the fuck up. You know that Mike Tyson is a devout Muslim. He's always been a devout Muslim. Like, you know, he don't support no fucking devil, bro. Like, you know, he talking. Why you trying to twist shit and make it seem like, you know what I'm saying? Something that is not. I hate when niggas bring in religion and all that bullshit to fights when it don't really need to be that. You feel what I'm saying? Because even with, you know, Mike Tyson and Holyfield, they made it seem like that it was God versus the devil. And like Mike Tyson, this big ass fucking demon. It's like, bro, just because y'all intimidated of the man or y'all don't know how to deal with like his demeanor or his aura, whatever the fuck you want to call it, y'all perceive him as evil. No, y'all niggas is just pussy and y'all intimidated. You feel what I'm saying? When have you ever seen Mike Tyson do any type of devil worship? Because every time I ever heard him do like a post-fight celebration, he say, praise be to Allah. You know what I'm saying? I always hear him mentioning God. So I don't really be understanding why you like Jake Paul is feeling the need to take some type of God versus devil approach. Like, Jake, on some real shit, bro, don't even really get into that, because you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what y'all be doing behind the scenes to y'all be selling y'all soul for real. Y'all niggas ain't really with God and all that shit like y'all be claiming to be. You feel what I'm saying? So niggas gotta cut it out, man. Eclipse Man 5 says, I saw Mike. He smacked Jake. Then I might meet him tomorrow. His friend is helping me. His burger is good. I saw Hawk Tua, Baby Gronk, Holyfield, and Word People. Shout out to Eclipse Man. I hope you do meet Mike, but at the same time, I don't think you should meet Mike while he's in the process of getting ready for a fight. I don't feel like you should be meeting Mike while he's dialed in for a fight, especially the day of his fight. I think you should avoid Mike Tyson, bro. And that's just speaking from somebody who actually knows the fighter mentality. Their mind is operating on a different level. Trust me, I know this. I don't feel like you should approach a fighter on the day of the fight. There's fighters that's more chill than others, but Mike, he raging right now, bro. Like he on a different type of time. So I don't think you should walk up to Mike and speak to him or anything like that. You feel what I'm saying? That's just my personal opinion. You know what I mean? I don't think you should do that. I think if you're gonna catch Mike at any time, I feel like you should catch him at a time where he's not worried about a fight or anything like that. Shout out to the 43 people that's in the building, man. Thank you for tuning in to Mazuma TV. If y'all can hit the like button as soon as y'all come in, that'd be very much appreciated. You feel what I'm saying? We on a mission right now. We trying to hit that 2,400 mark. You feel what I mean? 2 more subscribers and we in the 2,360 area. So 40 more subscribers, get to 2,400. That's what we aiming to do before the year is up. You feel what I'm saying? We don't got no big channels backing us. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no big sponsors pushing our channel or anything like that, man. We getting it strictly out of the muscle. And we creating some good, content in the meanwhile. So, and it's cool beating my ass, by the way. But the work never stops. You feel me? The work never stops. Shout out the Gates of Praise. I appreciate that. While these sneezes getting to me. I appreciate you. Gohan said, Joe Rogan said when he interviewed Tyson close to a fight, he was a different person. I'm sorry, yo. I can't help it. He said so much that he was scared. And look, Mike Tyson put fear in a lot of niggas, man. And for those of y'all who don't know, Joe Rogan a dangerous nigga himself. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I know, man. It's bad. Thank you for everybody that's blessing me. You feel me? So, Joe Rogan, he a dangerous dude himself. So for him to be scared of Mike, that let you know the aura Mike bring to the table. You feel what I'm saying? That shit is real. The energy is real. The bum sleeping on these New York City trains. What you talking about? Zachary Kim, I'm sorry. Yo, my homie just told me Jake Paul had to go under anesthesia to get tattoos, but he thinks he could take body shots from Iron Mike. It only gets funnier. Well, a lot of these celebrities do that just so they could get the one session out of the way. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think one has to do with the other. You feel what I mean? I don't know. But, it just goes to show how many people believe in Mike Tyson, bro. A lot of people believe in Mike Tyson and his abilities. I really don't understand that. Let me see. Tommy Dokes says, I'll go up to Mike Tyson at any time. If he put hands on me, I'll do the Devin Haney and sue him. Yo, let's pack him up, y'all. Let's pack him up. You know what I mean? Niggas who fall victim to drug cheese, we don't make fun of them over here. You feel me? We don't make fun of them. So pack him up. Do me that favor, y'all. We ain't tolerating that fuck shit. You heard? Pack him up, y'all. Yeah, niggas be violating the rules every day, B. That's why we gotta step on it. You heard? Clips man said, read my other comment. I read them voluntarily. If you mandated me to read a comment, you gotta send a super chat, my brother. You said I will meet him after. I'm only going to the fight after I will meet him. You making it? I don't know, bro. It depends on how the way the fight go. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like when he around that type of atmosphere on that type time. I don't think you should walk up on Mike, bro. y'all underestimate how much of a nutcase he is. Yeah, that comment definitely wasn't worth reading. You know what I mean? Like I said, y'all mandated. If y'all want me to really read a comment, you guys send a super chat, dog. Everything else I'm doing voluntarily. Found me through GHB TV. How you found me through GHB? I ain't never been on there. How you found me on there? I brought Greg Hackett on here. Is that what you talking about? I never been on GHB TV though. Definitely gonna bring back. Bro needs some real tissue. Nose gonna be sore as all. I'm chilling though. I'm chilling. You know what I mean? But nah, y'all, that's pretty much everything I got to say about, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. You feel what I'm saying? Zachary said, I just don't think there's any real argument for Paul winning. He was just as confident as he was going to knock out Tommy Fury, but didn't do that. But this is what you got to understand, bro. And I understand that Tommy Fury is a part-time boxer, whatever the fuck you want to call him. But, that was still a young, youthful man. You feel what I'm saying? And Mike Tyson, the reason why there's a real argument for Paul winning is not because of Paul's abilities or because he's just he's so much of a superior talent or whatever the case is. It's because of what Mike Tyson lacks. You feel what I'm saying? The stage that he caught Mike Tyson in. Mike Tyson is 58 years old, bro. Regardless of, him being Mike Tyson and being one of the baddest motherfuckers that ever walked this planet. You know what I'm saying? Is still a 58-year-old Mike Tyson. We got to take into consideration, Andre Ward admitted it himself that he has a hell of a right hand. You feel what I'm saying? He said one thing about Jake Paul, he got a right hand. He told Mike Tyson that shit personally to his face. So how do we know that Mike Tyson's ability to take a punch when he didn't have the best punch resistance in, his younger years. So who's to say that his punch resistance is, elite now? Who's to say that his defense and his defensive time and his head movement, who's to say that it's, well enough to, evade all of Jake Paul's offense? Who's to say that, his balance is going to be there entirely? Who's to say that, if he does get hurt, he's going to be able to recover in a good amount of time? You know what I'm saying? Like, these are things that, it's going to be an uphill battle for Mike Tyson. He's going to have to answer a lot of questions. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really the reason why there's a real argument for Paul winning is because of all the variables that's attached to Mike Tyson that could be huge negatives on the night of the fight. Somebody's going to get dropped at least. You know, if they both throwing heat, somebody gonna get clipped. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna get clipped, dog. On some real shit. And look, I'm not saying that it's completely, unrealistic that Mike Tyson wins shit. He probably could pull something out the bag. I don't know, but what I'm telling you is this ain't. I think regardless, this ain't gonna be an easy night for Mike, dog. The fight gonna start early, Mark, at 8 p.m. Are you talking about the full card in itself, or are you talking about like the? I know you ain't talking about the main event. Zach said he got that blind right overhand he's gotten lucky on, but that doesn't do anything against someone whose default stance is to have his hands high and head moving. Bro, overhand rights could come around the guard. So I don't know if you know that, but for the school of boxing I'm from, when somebody has a good high guard or whatever the case may be, you could come around the guard, you could shoot inside the guard, you could swipe the guard down and come over the top. Let's not act like, there's not ways around. There's ways around each form of defense. You feel what I'm saying? For head movement can be timed. Derrick James done spoke about that thousands of times. How because Derrick James fighters will receive a lot of criticism for not using their head movement. And he was saying like, I don't really teach my guys to be so big on head movement because head movement could be timed. Like if somebody moving their head side to side, you could jab here, you could jab here, you could jab here. Like you could time where they're going. So he says, I just teach them how to step off of the line. I had them step to the left. I had them step to their right. You feel what I'm saying? And just turn their fighters. Earl Spence was able to do that successfully throughout his career. But that could be easily, neutralized. Every form of defense can be beaten, neutralized, exposed, whatever the case is. Yeah, Barrios was fighting Abel Ramos. Jake is a natural cruiserweight. Yes, he is. But he easily walks around 200 plus. Like Jake's not a small dude. You feel what I'm saying? He's not a small dude, so he'll be strong, and you know what I'm saying. He'll be all right at the weight, and Mike Tyson not the biggest heavyweight neither, so that also helps Jake Paul too. You know what I'm saying? Like prime Mike, what was he? He used to walk around like 220. He used to fight at like what 220, 225, like at his peak. Let's see when he fought. I look at like prime Mike, like Marvis Frazier and shit like that. So let's see. He was even lighter than that, honestly. Michael Spinks, he was 218, 216, 215. Yeah, like Larry Holmes, when he destroyed Larry Holmes, he was 215. And I think he came in like 220 today. So, Mike Tyson's not the biggest fucking heavyweight by any means. So, for today's standards, Mike might be a cruiserweight in reality. You feel what I'm saying? Mr. 007 said, hey, bro, Mike getting slept tomorrow, G. God damn. That's going to be, if that's the case, bro, if that's a scenario, man, I'm going to be really upset with that. I ain't going to lie to you, bro. He was 228. Okay. Well, he's older, so that makes sense. But that's not too far off from his prime weight neither, though. That's only 10 pounds above what, his prime weight usually was. No, Mike looked like he was in good shape. He trained, bro. He definitely trained. Let's not get that mistaken. Like, he wasn't sitting on the couch and shit like that. But, Mike also said in interviews how he would have to take, 3-4 days off and all of this shit. And that just let you know that his body is having a hard time dealing with, like, the rigorous training. You feel what I mean? And I just look, man, he's 58 years old. If he was to fight another 58-year-old, I'd be backing Mike, more confidently. But it's like at this point, bro, there's a lot. I'm not really impressed with Mike's media workouts and shit like that. I'm not impressed by all the pad work and all that. But I understand what Jake Paul and them are doing. Their whole objective is to make Mike look like this fucking monster that he once was when he was younger. I understand it. I see the play. I see what y'all trying to do, but y'all gonna have a hard time convincing me of that shit. That Mike, is still, this big fucking monster. And is he phenomenal for his age? Yes, but is he, prime Iron Mike? No, but they want y'all to believe that to the best of your ability, so y'all could tune in and be under this belief that Jake's gonna lose. All he has on Jake is the experience factor. Hmm. Tyson not just pulling up for a check. No, he gonna try, bro. He gonna be dishing that shit out. But just like how Floyd Mayweather and them said, y'all niggas could dish it out, but can y'all take it? Pause. This is a legitimate question. Can Mike go through what Jake could go through with his youth? Because when you younger, you could take a little bit more in terms of punishment and shit like that. Can you take punishment at 58 years old and still continue to push moving forward? Because for some reason, there's a lot of people that feel like Mike just gonna walk through shit and just have an easy time with Jake. I don't think that's gonna happen, bro. But you know what might overthrow Mike Tyson's experience? His high mileage, bro. Because you could be very experienced at what you do, but if you burnt out, how good is that? Are you able to utilize that experience to have an advantage over your opponent? These are things you got to take into consideration, bro. Experience is not always a positive. You feel what I'm saying? Experience is not always a positive because experience could also mean high mileage. That's what a lot of people don't talk about. Like, all right, this truck got, this truck brand new, only got 500 miles on the fucking odometer. You know what I'm saying? This truck over here got 500,000 miles. All right, this car more experience on the road. Y'all might trust this car because it got more experience on the road, but you know what I'm saying? That car might break the fuck down and never turn on any day now. You know what I'm saying? This car with 200 miles, you feel what I'm saying? Might be inexperienced, you know what I'm saying? Might not be really battle tested on the road, but it is more than likely going to give you a longer ride than the car with the 500,000 miles. That was not no fake slap, Tay. Fuck no. You can't make me believe that. That might have been planned, but the slap in itself, that shit was real. That slap was definitely real. He slapped the dog shit out of him. Angry Mexican says David Tua wants a fight with him versus Mike. Would have been better for us real boxing fans. That would have been dope if they did a little exhibition. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot that, I've seen people do fantasy matchups where they talk about David Tua versus Mike Tyson and shit like that. That's a dope conversation. So to see them in their older years actually come together and make a fight happen, that'd be dope. Jake has a red mark, bro. That nigga whole face was red. He got slapped on the left side of his face, and fucking his whole body turned red from the neck up. I'm like, God damn. They gonna leave it in the ring. What you mean by that, Swag? That definitely wasn't no fake slap, though. Can't make me believe that. They gonna leave it in the ring, then party. Shit. I ain't trying to party with Mike. Island Ryland, he said, bro had to realign his chakra after that slap, hit that meditation pose. Yeah, I seen him do that. I was like, what was the bro? Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, Jake's such a weirdo, bro. You better than me though, man. Cause look, I know Mike this big fear nigga and all that. But fuck that. That nigga Mike slapped me. I'm gonna try to get it back. Fuck that, bro. He said Jake jumped up on stage and stepped on Mike's toes. You know how older people got bunions. That's a fact. That's a fact. I said, you probably done hurt that nigga big toe, and you know what I'm saying? He need his toes that night. You feel what I'm saying? Jake probably heard that Mike got a toe injury and stepped on his foot. And that shit triggered Mike. Like, you motherfucker. Slap the shit out of Jake. The pictures are hilarious though, bro. Because this nigga Mike got his mouth open, he got his eyes closed, like like that nigga put some oomph behind that motherfucker, boy. He done put some steam on that shit. Made that nigga Jake Paul reboot. You know that Windows sound when you turn that computer off? Da-da-da. That shit made Jake Paul do a fucking forced restart, my nigga. God damn. I ain't taking no slack from nobody for $100. They ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? With this economy, you can wipe your ass with $100. Yeah, we talking 100,000. I'll let Mike slap me. You know what I'm saying? That shit made Jake reboot though, man. That shit, you know, when you do a system, you do a software update on your iPhone, and you know that little white line take long as shit to get to the fucking end. That was Jake Paul. That nigga froze for like 30 seconds. And then he was just like, oh, like he ate it. Nah, nigga. That shit sent you out of orbit for a little bit, my nigga. You had to come back to reality and be like, oh shit. I know in his head, he was like, oh fuck, this nigga just slapped the dog shit out of me. What the fuck? What do I do? That shit remind me of when Devin Haney had mushed Ryan Garcia, and Ryan Garcia froze for a little bit, and then he was like, like that was your best reaction. How about trying to slap him back? You know what I mean? Because that's what a man would try to do. Let him knock you off for $5,000? Fuck no. $5,000 ain't shit neither. You know what I'm saying? $5,000, that shit not even. Nah. $5,000 ain't nothing. There ain't no real money. Tripping. He said a sandwich costs $100 nowadays. Shit. Bro, I walked into this popular sandwich store in Philly. Bro, sandwich like $18, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? I went to get like a chicken parm sandwich. $18, bro. I was like, what? I ain't pay for that shit. Who said I paid for it? I said I walked in. You feel what I'm saying? $5,000 is not no money to get knocked out for, bro. Fuck no. Not by no Mike Tyson. Slap me, knock me out. This nigga said $5,000. Let him knock you out for $5,000. That's not no money to get knocked out, yo. That might be a hospital bill right there. Have y'all niggas ever seen a hospital bill? Fuck out of here. Jake Paul taking home $40 million to get knocked out. See, now you talking. Now that's worth a concussion. You know what I'm saying? Now, $40 million, that's worth a concussion. Trying to tell you, bro, if Mike Tyson knocked you out, you had trouble waking up and you in that hospital for a couple days, that's $5,000 right there. How much y'all think a hospital visit be? Somebody in timeout. Now he in his room. This punk ass dog that I've been dealing with, trying to train him and shit like that. If he disrespects you, what you doing? I'm disrespecting him back. Mike, I'm disrespecting him back. See, I got a mouthpiece, so I would hurt Mike's feelings. You feel what I'm saying? Like a lot of niggas, I know I'll be real chill and reserved on here, but when I'm really in my bag, there's not many people that could talk that shit with me. You feel what I'm saying? So I would hurt Mike's feelings. Like he wouldn't be able to keep up with me verbally. Now he talking physicality, then you know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit out my league. I know how to fight. A lot of niggas I would get over on, but Mike ain't one of them. You feel me? But talking shit, there ain't many boxers that could hear me that could go word for word with me. I've been making niggas cry since middle school. You heard? Gates of Praise said, if I was in Jake's camp, I would be clowning him all night. Clowning who? Mike? Why would you clown Jake if you in his camp? You talking about Mike? Who you talking about? Giving a cat his own room. Nah, it's the laundry room, bro. I got a big laundry room and shit, and that's where they litter box and they food is at. So I just have them staying there. They ain't got like their own fucking bedroom. I'm saying they ain't that special. I gotta still see if I want this fucking dog though. Cause the way this dog acting, bro, might have to pack him up. Fuck all that. Yeah, Jake Paul Kent would never do that because they all yes men over there, so they wouldn't even play with Jake like that because then their money might come up short. You know what I'm saying? They might not get paid. You feel me? But yeah, man, like I said, I know this ain't something a lot of guys don't really want to talk about because it's a bullshit fight in reality. You know what I'm saying? Like shame to Texas Athletic Commission for making this fight happen. You know what I'm saying? They should have never let a 58-year-old, Mike Tyson get in there with this young guy. You feel what I'm saying? This shit is extremely dangerous. They know that, which is why, they did their best to modify the rules and try to make it as less of a risk as possible. But you know what I'm saying? Let's say it is a situation where Jake does knock out Mike Tyson. That's going to be a black guy on the sport of boxing, y'all. Like, that's really going to be a black guy on the sport of boxing that, boxing fans are that gullible. Boxing fans are that easy to manipulate where, you know what I'm saying, they're under the impression that a 58-year-old boxer still has it. They fucking yelling outside. Sound like they rumbling or something. Might try to go out like Bernard. You feel what I'm saying? And that was an embarrassing moment, bro. That was an embarrassing moment. You feel what I'm saying? But I guess we'll just see how you feel about Jalen Love chilling with Jake. I mean, I don't really care. You feel what I'm saying? On some real shit, I would help Jake Paul out in his camp. You know what I'm saying? If he was to request my assistance, I'll definitely take on the challenge. Because it's business at the end of the day. You feel what I'm saying? I might not like what he got going on, and I will be transparent about it. You know what I'm saying? But, if he bringing in real boxers into his camp, real trainers to, progress in the sport, if it makes financial sense, I'll definitely do it. I would definitely do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Jalen Love made a business move, and, it worked out for him. You feel what I mean? And you in Puerto Rico, I got me, my pop got cribs in Puerto Rico. You feel what I'm saying? It'll be a good job, bro. I would definitely do it. I don't feel no way about Jalen, working with Jake and getting a bag. That's what he's supposed to do. He probably making more money with Jake than what he was when he was competing under Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? I don't know exactly what the situation is, but, I might not like what Jake doing, as a boxer. I feel like he milking the game, he finessing the game, but who the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Who the fuck am I to stop him? If they allowing him to do it, then, it is what it is. Because what he been doing this whole time is just, taking advantage of the sheep, man. These dumbass boxer fans. Oh, Jake might lose this time. Oh, Jake might. Oh, Jake about to fight Nate Diaz. You know, Nate Diaz don't get tired. Oh, he about to fight Mike Perry. Oh, he about to fight a real boxer this time. Oh, look. And every single time, he just find a way to trick y'all. Find a way to trick y'all. Whole time, he just setting y'all up. He ain't taking no real risk, but he making it seem that way. So you could tune in to see if he lose or not. And the whole time, he's just grabbing the bag off your stupid ass. You feel what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens, man. That's pretty much my live for the day. I appreciate everybody that came through and showed love, man. We had as many as 50 people in here, man. Salute to everybody that came through. If you would hit the subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? Moving forward, that'll be very much appreciated. You feel what I'm saying? We had these conversations on the daily, and I will be giving you guys my post-fight reaction to Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, and we'll have a conversation about Bruce Carrington's fight, Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor Part 2. You know, we're going to speak about it all. You feel what I'm saying? But until then, this is Mazuma TV. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope y'all have a blessed, beautiful night. I'm out of here, man. Peace.